Hey guys, Dr. Prometheus here, back with some more of our CK3. And we are struggling, but we are holding on. A big battle here as we capture the enemy commander. Just some good stuff here. Nothing crazy, not a lot of deaths. Imar was killed. They were retreating. We killed there. More of our knights, but we are holding strong at this point, mostly because of our allies. And now we can take down this 4,000. And that's a stack wipe. Let's go. So let's follow this. We are gonna unsiege our own areas. The Duke of Wessex! Okay, our foothold in England is complete. That was a complete accident. I did not think that was going to happen, but it did. So, yeah. We're going to march over and we're going to take out the rest of their army. One of our knights was killed. Okay. a fortune builder. Look at me. You're 68. You're 66. You're 47. You're particularly not good at anything. With what we have, we are a very impatient, trusting, but temperate character. We are a little bit impatient with that. I think we would, instead of going the domain focus or duty, we will go with wealth. We would like what it gives us early instead of the long game there. I'm going to start converting as much of the country as possible. Can marry. Duchess would have a champion for her. Fighting her would be not a very smart thing to do. Will not bargain for your soul. You will convert, or you will... Hey. Who pays for their own wedding? You can use the money for the realm. Can I get the extra one? And we are lucky. Upper Burgundy wants to change. So does Wessex. He wants to use that as a way to get back the crown. Artists. Our friend who we sided with over here, or one of our friends who we liked. Well, his wife is very feisty, to put it mildly. Having more fun over the highway behind me. It's all good. Or my cousin. Who has him? I will accept it, even though that war will be done and over here momentarily. I can bring Burgundy into the fold sooner rather than later. We have ambitions. I will take this. We'll take Calais. Use one of my targets. Who else is in my prison? You'll renounce your claims. This one. What is fucker? This title does not exist. This title has no claims. Fine. You will die. Earl of Dorset. You were just a little babby. Just to gain a weak hook on you. Same thing here. Same thing here. I will strip the rest of your titles if I have to. Who rebels again? We'll call a pilgrimage. Guess I will not go on a pilgrimage. Gonna be a very prosperous time for France. Full hunt. Mr. Pope Man is 50. We don't care about Mr. Pope Man. A lot of wars going on in England. Duchy of Bar was taken from us at one point. We can take it back from the Holy Roman Empire. There's that. My brother-in-law. At this point, if it does come down to it, we will fight to get our wife on the throne. Or our son. But it's 1235. We got about 220 years or so. Let's kind of look at the world at this point. Let's look at what's interesting around here. Let's take a snapshot, look around. So we are allied with Burgundy and England. So we've essentially united Western Europe. We do have some territory against the Holy Roman Empire we can take, which we likely will, out of a war that our great-great-grandfather lost during a rebellion. We could not fight the Holy Roman Empire, and the lands were lost to the Kaiser. But other than that, we've kind of protected Burgundy as a big brother. And I think at this point, it's a territory that we will eventually bring in. But I think that one is held pretty well. In Spain, we haven't really done much. Barcelona joined us early, and he's kind of done his own thing and expanding his own lands. Besides this one, this territory here was one we did expand into for him. Otherwise, he used to have a couple provinces, and he's expanded. This was a war we took as well, or maybe we inherited this one. I think we might have inherited it. Castile, still having some issues in here. Andalusia and the southern Muslims here have actually united most of southern Spain. However, I'm not sure if they have... It's a pretty even matchup, actually. Maghreb is still in two parts, although one side is a duchy back to an emirate. And the Grand Emirate of Maghreb is still here. Going to North Africa, I think still holding just about the same. Corsica is a Muslim, so that's a thing there. North Africa, don't see anyone Catholic. Salerno, that's interesting. It's a Principality of Salerno, so kind of a lot of duchies, and Mr. Pope Man's down there in southern as well. And we had the Byzantines doing Byzantine stuff. Salerno's got some more over here. Jerusalem has been cut by what is technically the Coptic uprising, or the populist uprising. I'm sorry, the Coptic sections down here in Nubia. Damn. Okay, Nubia, I see you. But Jerusalem is working pretty well. 13,000, bordered by the Byzantines, which helps a lot. So they aren't getting assaulted from the north, only the south. So they got to watch out for that. Nubia's got 2,000. The Coptic Nubians. They're considered an astray Christian faith, but so that's probably why they're not attacking. The Christians actually tolerate the Coptic Nubians and the Coptic religion. Going down here, Ethiopia, Abyssinia. Looks like there's a fight between a couple of religions down here. And it looks like the ones that are probably winning are the Coptic Christians. Peninsula, pretty broken. Kind of stays broken for the most part. No Persian straight resistance. The largest Persian one here is the Grand Emirate. But I don't think the Persians are going to come out in any massive way. There's no real Turks that are going to threaten the Byzantines. So we're not going to see the first coming of the Ottoman Empire at this point. Hungary is over here. Jerusalem has some territory in Europe. Most likely family territory. Moldova has some. And they're insular Irish. Okay, that's interesting. England is split. You have Alba up here, who's Gaelic. They have Tanistry elective. Thormann's still surviving. Some parts of Wales. Up in Scandinavia, Denmark is whole. Likely because they have they have Scandinavian elective, so you're not seeing a lot of kingdom splitting up here. Most of them are. Yeah, that's where you're not seeing Sweden and Norway split. We got a large duchy up here. It's a dual duchy. 31. Jeez. Okay. He's a poet, diplomat. Okay. And probably that splits. That 100% splits on his death. If he has 2 sons, and he doesn't. He has no sons. So that's going to split. Another one up here, but that's a 1. Novograd? Over here, Russian Orthodox. Estonia. Catholic. Sweden is down there. Poland is having some issues. Lower Susala over here is Cathar. Hungary is all over the place. My guess is King Baldwin fits. What house is this? Ooh. This is a completely different. This is a new house. Made from likely a peasant or a low-born man becoming king or a bastard maybe. Which is likely more the case. Let us see. It's not a... Huh. So why aren't they English? Take a look at this. I think it's because that did actually happen. He was illegitimate and got the throne. That's interesting. Okay, Arpad's here. The Byzantine empires with the Ducas still in line. Let's take a look at this. It did change a couple of times. We've been playing since 1066, so it changed until it came down to here, and that is because faction demanded a Ducas on the throne. So they went with Comeninos and had a couple of wars. It was inherited, and then they went back. Okay. That's particularly interesting. Georgians. You have some Persians up here in the Caucasus. No one's coming out ahead in India. That is particularly interesting. Muslims kind of into India a bit. I have no idea how to pronounce that, Dutchy. And the oh my god, the Mongols. Okay, there's been two. Oh geez. Oh geez, the Mongols. I've never seen this. This actually gets me excited. The Mongols were stopped where? I think they were stopped somewhere in Russia, I think. Well, I mean, it's all present-day Russia, so... I'm not sure how far west they ever went. I think they more so went south more than anything, yeah. So they went down into Persia, so historically they went down here. They went as far as southern Hungary area, maybe a little bit more, probably Moldavia area, which is present-day Romania. They were stopped from going in Russia, so they more through Ruthenia and maybe Vladimir. And up here, they never got over to right Rus or Moscow. Doesn't look like. Because Moscow should be on this river here. I go around here. Yeah. Yeah, so they got down here into Ukraine and stuff like that. Southern Russia. So they're getting there. They went all the way into China, stopped at Tibet, like at the mountains down here, and got a little bit down into here. So here's a good one. All the way down into here. So they were north of or south of Kiev, went through Hungary, but never got as far Constantinople south. So they got stopped like right here. They got this area. So they never got up to Kiev, which is like, there's Kursk. Like right around here. Here's Kiev. They're south of this, so they only got down here historically. Okay. Interesting. Okay. The Mongols well on their way of trying to create the historic section. I don't see anything crazy at this point. A lot of truces. Look at it by house. Look at it by faith first. Okay, so they have kind of converted half of Iberia. We're holding strong here. We're losing some islands. Got some pagan faiths over here. There's an Orthodox. Orthodox isn't spread. Yeah, it is. Okay. I thought they didn't have a lot of Orthodox over here. So Catholic is here, okay. Coptic, Baldi, Ashari. Okay. So nothing crazy that you would think is different. We got some Catholics up here, which is crazy. Okay. The Norse faith is essentially dead. You have some ones that are unreformed Finno-pagans. Hungary is steppe. Slovenian, here's some Slavic faith down here, but otherwise, and some insular Christians. Otherwise, we're holding pretty well. As for places that are close to us, we couldn't take Cologne. Canterbury is possible. Yeah, Canterbury is possible at least. Cultures, Norman is pretty large. We have English, Anglo-Saxon, Welsh, Gaelic, Irish. Got some Scots. Over here, Norman's pretty much where we were to start the game and kind of the positions of power that we've held and converted. Large amount of French, Dutch, Italian, Sardinians, Andalusians, Galatians. Nothing crazy that I'm seeing. Greek? Okay, now that's interesting. But all of that's Greek, but it makes sense. Russian, Polish, Czech, Norwegian, Swedish. Okay. The Mongols are spreading out in their culture. Bedouin, Nubians. Okay, so nothing crazy. The houses. Let's kind of look at this. There's ours. Normandy. Würzburg. I don't see any large houses or dual houses. Here's a couple. Same house. 3 right here. So, who is this? Ruthenia, Right Rus, Novigrad. Okay. And Vladimir isn't? No, it's not. Okay, that's interesting. I thought maybe the Holy Roman Empire had something like that. Yeah, they had Hungary for a while in it. Okay. Yeah, nothing crazy that I'm seeing. This... How did we end up getting this? Was this an inheritance? Conquered by claimant. He had a claim, so how did he have a claim? Through his father? Through his mother. It's got to be through his mother. Since it's a Stanford claim. So yes, it's through his mother. Okay. It's interesting, to say the least. Through here, what is it going to be? Sister-in-law, sister-in-law. So here's my wife. It's going to go to these two, in which we will have to take it for our wife, which will then trickle down into our kids. Right now, our father is our heir. And if it comes back up here, there's no way we can do much. This was actually my mother, which should have had the claim trickle down to me for this, but she died before the king did, which is interesting. Which I still think the throne and the king right here, Lionel, who was slain in battle, I think he called the death of my mother. Might even have been Lionel. Wouldn't have mattered anyway that most of them are dead. Okay, so let's look at our family tree. Look at our family. So we got 45 living members. No one has made their own house yet. We're the king here. Okay, so it's going to go through that line. Do we have any other rulers? We do have a couple. Through our sister. Or through our cousin. Yeah, this is technically what, our first cousin? Yeah. Brothers. Could be cousin. Second. Yeah, they would be like my third cousins. Okay. Through this section. This goes to Mabel. Okay. It's one of my vassals that goes down. This is one of my vassals. She's one of my vassals, but she's 70. Where does this go to? This goes to Aubrey. Who is Aubrey? Who is Aubrey? Where does this go? Somewhere, it goes in my line. I don't know who that is, but it stays within my line, so at least that's that. Here. So, with her being 70, it's going to go up. Since she doesn't have any kids, it goes up. It looks as if there's any kids here. There's none. It goes up and looks for a male in here. Male of my line. So it would go here. These two weren't here. There would be nothing here. It would go through females. It would be here through my line. It would go to him. Okay. And this is all through Queen Eleanor. That's why, because this section of the line with De Beloy never got anywhere. And that was through... We started the game, that was through our daughter. That was through Duke Alexander's daughter. We went through Queen Eleanor. And then through King Arnud. So what happened here? He only had girls. What happened? It's alright, still through our through an extension of our house. Through a maternal line. That's why, if this would be a whole new house if it was one of ours. Okay. We have that. We are about to... Well, the ultimate goal is to get all of what is technically present-day France under one title. That's the key. Once that's done, we just need to hold one of two, and then we can make the Empire of France. Which in that case, we have our small little brother Burgundy. And we will keep Burgundy as a crown under the Empire. Same thing as what we would do eventually with England. These will just be familial lands of our family. And so will England after a while. And I'm not sure what we'll do with Alba. Alright guys. So that's kind of like an overview of what's going on. Took 20 minutes to kind of look through everything. So in the next episode we're going to continue to go through. I think we have like 20 or 30 years. 35 years. Or Aquitaine technically doesn't have a... is not technically a country at that point. Or a title, should say, not a country. But we'll kind of see how we squeeze through this. The biggest thing is, I'm not sure if we have... we have enough power, I think. So, I think we're good. At the end of the day. It's all about holiness, consolidating. We have a good ruler. Likely will rule for 50 to 60 years. At this point, we can actually hold everything we can do. So under this king, we'll likely see these 35 years pass. We will likely be in the late medieval era, and with that, we will be probably into primogeniture. Because what, we have guilds in 8 months, and then we can focus down men-at-arms, and then we are down into the late medieval, and we likely get it with King Guy himself, and then we move into primogeniture from there, and let our culture kind of pop through that, kind of like how they pop through this. And that'll be that from there. So thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.